Hey guys, how are you doing? So, those are, with no doubt, our crazy days that we're all going through, and everyone are going through those crazy challenges and difficulties with no end. And here I am at 2 a.m. speaking to you from the bottom of my heart. And today I said something to my wife that represents a very deep truth of a very wide understanding of mine about the truth. And I told her the truth is the reality that we're facing. This is the truth. And it means that bottom line in the results, the outcomes of our life is where we are today. Like, that is the reality. That is the real true reality of our life, is where we are right now. In the present time represents the truth. And it's true that the present time is the result and the outcome of our actions in the past. But also in the same time, every moment in the past was the moment that we experienced in the present time. So really, we live our life in a very eternal way. And every moment of our life, we're just experiencing the Creator. In every moment of our life, we are experiencing the truth. And the truth has a certain order that it started in the beginning, in Bereshit, in Genesis. It started and it developed, but that growth and that development under the supervision of time seems like that there is past and present time and there is future, but in reality there is only the truth. There is only the now, and in the now we can see the truth of the Creator, what really He wants us to do and what He wants us to deal with. And the fact is that life is changing, life are changing every moment, because every moment is a new experience. Every moment is another level of our spiritual development. And we are rising, and we are completing, and we're gaining and earning in every moment of our life new deep understandings and new developments, and we're accomplishing so much. We should remember that we're not just human, we're godly humans. We are godly souls. We're spirits that are trapped in physical bodies that are being used to carry us from one place to the next. But really, who we are fantastic godly souls that are attached to a holy chariot that is carrying us toward God, to see His face and to be united with Him completely. This very hard time of this coronavirus, that the world is under crazy pressure, and everyone, like it was not enough what we went through before this crazy virus started to spread around like a sick plague around the world, crossing countries and defeating all systems and all forces of all governments and all societies to protect themselves. But in reality, we can see that, like, it's reminding us of our true being, of being one one population, that we're all human, that we're all together. And that togetherness, this amazing brotherhood that we're experiencing now, that like suddenly you care what's going on in China, and suddenly you can shed a tear for the poor old guys in Italy, and you hear stories about Israel and what's going on in New York, and a few more people in Miami, and like suddenly you care about the world. So about what that I said to my wife about the truth. So the truth is the reflection that is being reflected, that is taking place in the present time. So in reality today we care. So we had to go through those difficulties to care. I heard some, like, there are such low life, silly people that are talking online. It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic to hear such nonsense coming out of mouths of people. It's so pathetic to think that Jewish leaders are allowing themselves to talk with full mouth, so full with arrogance, so full with selfishness, to think to themselves that Jewish people are better than someone else, and to say like the viruses should go on the goyim, on non-Jews, like whatever. Like me, I protest against that. I hate that. It's like it's a shame. It's a disgrace to the Jewish people if a Jew is able to say something wrong about another person, even a non-Jew. What is it? How come? Like why you think that you're better than someone else? When the nation of Israel think that they are better than someone else, immediately the Creator brings another king to exile them and to crush them and to humble them, to wake them up to reality that a person, no matter who he is, came out of dust, came out of the ground of earth, and he's zero in his life and zero in his death, and he's nothing, and he compares to nothing, and he worth nothing, and he is only what that the Creator influence on him and gives him. We are nothing, and we're just godly reflections. And if you have the merit, so you're going to reflect God's goodness and kindness and endless love. And if you're not so worthy, so you're going to reflect darkness and crap of this world. And you're going to talk a lot of nonsense. And you're going to reflect the dark side, the dark and evil side. So to all my colleagues, I'm calling to wake up and do tshuva. And the tshuva starts with yourself, that you as a person, every person, will understand. Even Moses, the main chief rabbi of the world, the main person, the main leader, the main redeemer, the one who faced all challenges and spoke with God face to face, and 40 days and 40 nights he was not eating and was not drinking, and ready to sacrifice himself for every person, for every being. He held himself to be worse than the worst person of his generation. Like that it's written that Moses was the most humble person on earth. He held himself to be worse than Bil'am, that Bil'am was a person that had relationship with a donkey. That was Bil'am. He was a black magician that was forcing his donkey to be his mate, to be his wife, so to speak. And a person that was so low, and Moses still held himself to be lower than him. even though that he was only a man of God and pure in his mind and holy in his actions and straight in his heart, and everything was perfect in his acts. But his mind was humble. He could never say like, me, no, I'm better than them, no, we're Jewish, no, we're Israelis, it's nonsense. It's nonsense. All children of God been created in his shape. Everyone are holding the face of heaven. Everyone are reflecting different sparks of his greatness and glory. Everyone. The Chinese and the Japanese and the Korean and the Greeks and the Romans and the Arabs and everyone, and the Africans and the Europeans and the Russians and the Israelis, and everyone are bringing a different color to the rainbow, to the world. Can the world exist without the Chinese? Can the world exist without the Jews? Can the world exist without the Americans? Can the world exist without the Europeans? Can the world exist without the Russians, without the humble people of Tibet? No. No. The art would never be the same beautiful art as it is without the African people. The music would never be the same without the black soul music. The medicine and technology wouldn't be the same without the brain of the European, and merchandise wouldn't be the same without the Russians, without the Chinese. Nothing would be the same without the quiet that the Japanese and the Easterns people brought, and without the quiet and meditation that came from India. The world wouldn't be the same without the Arab incense and wagons and fabrics that are coming from the desert, and the music of the flute and the wind and the tobacco and the smells and the incense and the springs and the lakes and the palm trees. Like the world would be gray if, like, oh no, the Jews, only Jews. What does it mean even? It's like, no, only eyes. Okay, no, only eyes. Your eyes gonna roll on the floor, on the ground, without ears, without a nose, without a mouth. Let's say that you're the eyes. Okay, let's say that you're a heart. Okay, you hold yourself that you're a heart. Okay, you hold yourself that you're the brain. Okay, what the brain will do without a box, without a skull, without a chin, without Poland, without shoulders. What a person will do without fingernails, without elbows, without hips, without thighs. Who are you? You're nothing. You're nothing, and you compare to nothing, and only because you're so silly. Wake up and understand that you're part of something greater than you are. Maybe this is why the Creator decided to wake us up in such a weird way, such an overwhelming way, to open our eyes to see that we're one. Like, you hear about like hundreds of people that are dying in Italy because of this horrific plague. Dying, old people dying in their houses. It's like, how can you not cry? How can you not want to be there with them and give them a hand? Like, how can... No, we're Jewish, we're Israelis. Cut the crap. Cut those arrogant nonsense. Fix yourself, go do tshuva. Break your head to the wall if you think that you're better than someone else, like you're so stupid. How can you ever think that you're better than someone else? How can you ever imagine to yourself that you're better than someone else because you're different? No, he's different than you, so it makes him better than you as well. Like you don't know how to eat pasta, and he doesn't know how to eat with chopsticks, and he doesn't know how to make great barbecue, and the other one doesn't have a clue how to make sushi or to make pita, lafa. Like, no, everyone has his things. Everyone's tradition is based on ancient early generations that learned something and brought blessings from their ancestors. Everyone are godly, and everyone are carrying an important message to the world. And today, when we are being attacked by viruses, like, it's crazy, it's like it's clear, it's in the air, you don't know who attacks you. It makes us understand that we can be our own enemy, and that we just need to be united and just need to hold hands together and to be blessed. And that's it. And thank you for listening to me. And I couldn't go to sleep. My heart is not it's a problem. When you have a heart, you need to deal with heart problems. When you have a brain, you need to deal with brain problems. So every person with these issues, people that have money, they need to worry about money. People without money, they don't need to worry about money. People with cars, they have issues with their cars. So I'm stuck with my broken heart and trying to find solutions. Please pray for the sake of my children and my family, and I'm praying for yours, and I care about your families as well, and I'm praying for the whole public of the world every day in my prayers. Every single one of you is in my prayers. I'm praying for the world all the time. All the time I pray for the world. All the time. I care about you guys. You can never imagine. Thank you so much. May Hashem bless us. The Creator should redeem us completely. Finally already to show His loving kindness on us and reveal the light to the world. And may His blessing hover upon us to reveal the true potential of our holy souls at once, as one, with a happy heart and a wishing soul. בעגלה ובזמן קריב ונאמר Amen. The world does not exist because Olam Milshon Ne'elem, the world is just blocking the light of truth. The world called Alma Deshika, world of light, is just a fake. We're just inside of an illusion. It's just a fake. We're just inside of an illusion. We're just inside of an illusion.